Well, we've seen a commercialisation of Christmas, sort of subtracting Christ from the equation when it comes to our celebration of Christmas. It's more towards giving gifts and receiving them, but not actually celebrating the fact that the gift that we all have, which is the promise of the cross, started in his ministry, which is through his conception of the Virgin Mary through the Holy Spirit. And we've really seen a Christian revival, especially on the patriotic right, and ensuring that we keep this momentum. We have festivals like they do across Europe who still have their Christian roots. In celebrating this, hopefully we have a Christian revival and keep the flame of Christianity here in the United Kingdom. Well, we've got the female ordination of the Archbishop of Canterbury, which means, of course, the See of Canterbury is empty. So, in my eyes, we've deeply lost our Christian tradition, and it's mainly being transferred by this progressive woke narrative. And unfortunately, it's entirely consumed British culture. I think that discipling more younger people into Christianity would drastically increase the quality of life, their physical health and mental health. So it's not even more towards the benefit of this country, but more towards the young people that I'm concerned for. I'm not a materialist, I'm not a hedonist. I don't give an appreciation for material things. I more look towards, and this is what Christ does, the fruits of things. What actually does this give me in terms of a person? Does it make me better or not? And Christ will always do that. Christ is the immutable truth, the way and the light. And for me to be a sinner moving towards him, synergistically towards his goodwill, it's absolutely going to increase my moral virtue as a person. No, so I feel like the patriotic movement, the critiques of them supposedly being opportunists, firstly you have to look at what they're gaining from it. They're not at all gaining anything. It's the same crowd of people that he would have attracted back in his football hooligan days. That being that all of these people are moving on the same road to Christianity. So it's not a matter of trying to change the audiences or change his character. He's keeping the same Tommy Robinson persona, however, he's just understood now that Christ is his God, and many other people around him are beginning to notice the same thing. So it's almost beautiful to see this sort of transformation on the patriotic right, and I don't think it's at all due to opportunism, but rather what we're seeing is an interesting perspective of coming to Christianity through an unorthodox way. But that also comes with the sort of, like, for example, the Old and New Testament. The Old Testament is not God's fullest covenant because he gives it to a group of people that know that he won't follow the New Covenant. And in the same sort of way, when it comes to people who may be in the audience who've never heard of Christianity, I don't think we expect them to be religious zealots for the Christian faith. So there's an expectation of meeting them down on your level, and that's how Christ does it when it comes to his resurrection, because he meets people on their level, becoming their God-man. There's going to be no political element of this demonstration, and if anything, everyone deserves the promise of the cross. It's not exclusionary, it's inclusionary. You, regardless of what you believe, regardless of your political opinions, you deserve the promise of the cross. I do because I'm a right-winger, you do maybe because you're left-wing, and I think that as soon as we use the church as a political football, that's when you seem to see the issues surrounding the clergy calling out this demonstration as far right, which I think is wrong.